I don't know if my father-in-law's. I think he has done that one on the Severn Valley. I think we've got in that before, but he loves all things steam train. Thank you very much for those. Hello to Mick and Daniel out there at the moment as well. But it's time now on the show at 14 minutes to 12 to welcome a guest into the studio. And today it is Andrew Osborne, who grew up in Wolverhampton, now lives in Oldbury, and is really big in the martial arts world. He was inducted into their Hall of Fame almanac, has written books on the subject and lots more besides as well, and is here to talk a little bit about his life and his journey. Hi Andrew, how you doing?
Hello there, Kath. How are you?
Welcome to the studio. Yeah, Thank you. Really, really good. Just tell us what you're wearing. What have you got on?
Well, I'm a traditional type person, so I love the Chinese martial arts outfits, and I'm wearing a Tai Chi jacket, which is part
beautiful.
Of a suit.
Yeah, it's like a tunic.
Yes, that's
isn't it?
right.
And it's like the tunic with the sort of almost like I don't know how you describe how it attaches. It's like the material that goes across the front.
That's right. We call it the mandarin.
The mandarin is beautiful.
The mandarin.
I can't see the bottom half. Have you got like the trousers on as well?
No, I've just got the
tunic.
Just put the tunic.
Quite right.
Yes.
So you got to get on the train afterwards. No, I don't know if you have, but you got to go out in public. So we're going to get onto your career in martial arts in a second, but let's go back to the beginning, because you are. You're you're a Windrush baby.
That's right, yes.
Tell us about your history here.
Well, my father's from Jamaica in the Caribbean, and he came over on the Windrush ship in 1952, and where it docked in London area, and then he managed to find his way to Wolverhampton, where he had some of his brothers and sisters living there, and he moved to a place called Court Road in Wolverhampton, Whit Marines area. And then a few years later, he met Mum.
So your mum is was she originally from Wolverhampton?
Yes, Elsinore Lane area of Wolverhampton.
Wow, so very much Wolverhampton, born and bred. How was growing up?
Well, coming from a mixed culture family, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But you know what, we battled through it, and our weapon was the power of love, and a lot of people got to see that in our family.
You're one of 10 children, aren't you?
That's right, yes, one of 10, the third eldest.
Which is incredible. And I suppose we talk about some of the challenges with people who are from backgrounds that have come here, Jamaican backgrounds, from Windrush, other backgrounds as well, and the racism people faced. Yep. The mixed family heritage that's a whole different kind of challenge,
different ball game altogether, and it really was back in the 60s growing up.
Did you sort of feel like you got abuse from all angles?
From every angle known to man and that of unknown to man, basically.
Because people just couldn't accept that your mum and dad were
a couple,
which is it's unbelievable now, really. Although,
really
sadly, some people do have awful views still. But it's that idea that it was just not acceptable.
There you go.
And
yes.
How did you and your siblings cope with that?
Because of being a family united with love, that was our strength. So we stood by that throughout our lives, even to this very day. So we use that to help us get through it all.
It's a very supportive family.
Yes,
but
indeed.
It must have been tough, though, with
so many
of you.
It was very, very tough, yeah. Very tough, especially physically, yes, definitely.
And strict? Were your parents strict?
Yes, Dad in particular. Oh, yes, he certainly was. Bless him. God rest his soul.
And were you expected to do well in school?
Yes, I stayed on. I was a prefect up until I was 18.
Did you have a badge?
I certainly did, yes, at Pendleford High School.
Pendleford High School prefect.
Yeah.
And did you what were you interested in? What did you want to do? Because I think martial arts came into your life fairly young, didn't it?
Yes, I was 9 years old. I'll be celebrating 50 years next year. So it was 1975 when I fell in love with her, and it was Bruce Lee on Tiswas.
On Tiswas?
Yeah, they showed a clip of it.
So you remember seeing that very first?
Yes, but they could only show a very small clip, just a little clip, because it was classed as an 18-year-old, really. So they only showed a small clip from
Which film?
Enter the Dragon.
Of course.
The underground scene.
Classic.
Just a little bit of the underground scene, the famous elevator fight scene.
A 9-year-old Andrew thought, hang on a minute, I want to do that. Is that what happened?
Yep, I fell in love with it. I was sitting with my father on the sofa, and that was it. I just instant love straight away with the martial arts.
How do you do that? Because I imagine classes are, are quite expensive, another thing to do, or did they just go, right, we're going to send you?
Well, my father, he was a musician, and he knew some people in the martial arts, and a gentleman named Dr. Joshie Johnson, and that's when my karate life started, and I was doing judo as well under Mac Abbott's at Heath Town Swimming Baths.
Wow, so it was that it? Did you just fall in love with it straight away?
Straight away, it was instant. I knew that was my calling.
And so you've done judo, you've done karate, and Tai Chi as well?
Yes, I've done jiu-jitsu. What else? I've done a Mian Kwan Pai Kung Fu, and I've done all variations of different styles over the years, but I've collected a lot of literature over the many years.
Wow, so you're a sort of expert in martial arts as well as a practicer yourself. Do you still every day do some form of martial arts?
Yeah, stretch every day, do Qigong every day, meditate morning, noon and night. And my beloved Maxine will verify that for you.
Okay, so are you black belts in it? Does it like that, or did you not quite follow the grading system?
Well, I stuck to the Bruce Lee way, really. The grading system's brilliant for people who want to achieve it, and I support that massively. But I wanted to use his way.
Which is about the lifestyle.
There you go, the way.
And the mental side of it as well.
So we call it the way.
I've got to say, you do look very fit and very calm. So, something's working there. But I know, actually, something happened to you which was very difficult, and that I suppose martial arts also helped you with. Just tell us about the attack that you suffered.
Well, I worked in the security profession for over 30 plus years, and I was working at a local store in Wolverhampton, the Pendford area. And it was at a supermarket, mentioning no names. And the attack happened in the morning, the 16th of March, 2011. And I was outside dealing with a beggar who was causing problems with the customers outside, so I was called to come and deal with him. And then I seen this gentleman running down the outside of the store, armed with knives, literally. He was armed with them. And he approached me at speed, and I managed to get myself between him and a car, and then he mentioned my name and all my brothers and sisters' name and threatened to kill us all, and then he went to try and kill me with all his weaponry he had. So my only salvation really was to try and bring it into a place where I could get help and support.
So you managed to avoid being injured?
Yes, exactly, yes.
But obviously that is terrifying.
It is, to say the least, yes.
And from that, quite understandably, you were later diagnosed with PTSD, although that took a while, didn't it?
It took a while because the PTSD was originated from my childhood. So I buried that and suppressed that for many years, and this just triggered it, the attack did, and I was diagnosed with severe PTSD.
How long before you realised you were in a bad way?
Shortly after the attack. It was about, I'd say, the best part of a month. Okay,
and then it was obvious that you were really mentally unwell.
Yeah.
And how did you get help?
Well, the company the security firm I worked for, they set me up with some counselling for about a month or so. So I had that, and then that finished because they couldn't fund it anymore for me. And then I was watching the This Morning show, and I was watching Nick and Eva Speakman, so I thought I'd do a video on YouTube, and I put a couple of blogs up on there, and I sent it to GMTV. They got back in touch with me, and they said this needs to go on the This Morning show. So then I sent it to them, and then weeks later I had a call from Nick Speakman.
So you're talking about your mental health, your mental ill health, and then from that you got more help?
Yes, I did.
What kind of treatment have you had?
It's like, they teach you how to recalculate and use your brain, how to get it functioning again, and there's certain words you use and breathing exercises you use to help with, and you have
those triggers.
That's right, and you have to practice them.
Do you feel like you've got it under control?
Yes.
I know it doesn't ever completely go away.
No, it's with me for the rest of my life.
But you do feel like you're in charge of it?
Yes, I'm the boss over it now.
Which is amazing. And you've written 2 books.
Yes.
You've written one autobiography called Out of the Darkness, and then Out of the Shadows. And they're about your story, they're about your life, they're about your mental health battles, but
That's
also
right.
about martial arts.
Exactly, yes.
Because I suppose there's a lot in there that can help people.
Oh, gosh, most definitely. I know if I can just help one person, then I know I've done my job.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like your practicing of Tai Chi and other things as well is crucial to you? Can you imagine not having that?
Oh gosh, it's like if someone was to cut my right arm off my body, I'd be lost without it.
Do you think more people need to consider it?
You know, to be honest with you, I've had this conversation a few times with people, and they said just practice the exercises for a lifestyle to keep you healthy.
Just breathing exercises.
There you go,
even.
breathing exercise. And we as human beings, believe it or not, we breathe incorrectly.
No, I do get that, and we don't. Sometimes, even when you're the most stressed you can be, some simple breathing exercises can really help you.
Exactly.
I've done that at some parts in my life, and it has really worked. But sometimes you get it. You don't realise you're caught up in things, and you need to step back and have a sort of think about that. It's brilliant. Where do people find your books? Andrew?
Amazon.
So Andrew's books are on Amazon. Out of the Darkness and Out of the Shadows. And are you? What have you got next? Because I know have you got another book project?
Yes, myself and Christopher Evans, we launched a book it's going to be for next year, 2025, and it's all about quotes, positive quotes.
Amazing. Just things that can just give you that little bit of a pep.
Yes.
Getting ready for Christmas?
Yes, me and my beloved are, yes, Maxine, bless her. Yes.
Do you go early, or are you not quite there yet?
It's done and dusted.
Is it all up?
Done and dusted.
Out, ready, fully there.
It's out, it's gone, that's it. We just chill out, me and Maxine, bless her.
Andrew, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us.
You.
My guest in the studio today, Andrew Osborne.
BBC Radio WM Sports.